I think the boys have said it all, except, look, about a month ago, Septimus and Honolulu both won on the same weekend, and we saw replays of both horses winning. Septimus won by panels.
13 lengths.
Yeah, and beat a very substandard field.
That wouldn't have been out of place as a maiden.
Yeah, look, it wasn't a strong race, granted. And when I initially saw that race, I thought, I don't like this horse. I just didn't like just his action. I didn't think he was suited to Australian racing.
He's another Yates.
Yeah,
he's another Yates, but he's not even as good as Yates.
Well, and I saw Honolulu's win, and he flattened and lengthened out like an Australian style of horse that would be suited to our racing.
An aggressive finish.
So I always thought Honolulu was the better of the two for Australian style of racing. There's 5 kilos between the two.
Yep.
Last week I was listening to KY and heard Lloyd Williams on, and he was saying that he hasn't had a bet in 5 years.
Rubbish.
That's what he said. He hasn't had a bet in 5 years.
Yeah, and Ross McDonald says he's only backed Beacon Hustler twice, and that was in the first up, his first ever race start when he got beat, and then Liston when he got beat by Lightfield.
That's because he's such a good
You believe in that, you believe in the truth.
Right, but let me say this. After listening to Lloyd Williams talk about Septimus, and in his mind he believes that Septimus is 5-6 length better horse than All the Good and Mad Rush.
He said the Melbourne Cup's over.
He basically thinks that Septimus, he hasn't had a bet in 5 years, but he's that tempted because of Septimus that he might have a real big bet on Septimus. That's how good he thinks a horse is. So I thought, well, hold on a tick, I better go back and have a look at this horse's form.
So before you do, can we just say that Lloyd Williams also said that he's not going to run his horses in the Caulfield Cup because Weekend Hustle will just win it?
Once again, he was caught up in the hype.
So he's made a...
Yeah, I know. But I have to sort of respect some things that people say, you know, and I don't often do this, but so I've gone back and had a look at Septimus's form to see where Lloyd Williams was coming from. So I've gone through his form and I find that he has speed that I didn't think he had. He ran 3rd in the Doncaster over a mile at Group 1 level. You don't often see Melbourne Cup type horses from overseas showing that sort of speed. He won the Dante by 8 lengths over 2,000 metres, once again indicating to me that the horse has more speed than the 4,000 metre horse of Yates's calibre. He's won over 2,000 by 8 lengths.
Hang on, 6 starters.
But nevertheless, it's 2,000 metres.
These margins, you cannot just take them for their face value.
Okay, I'm more
you don't know the form
referring,
and that sort of
well, it was a Group 2 race, and I'm referring more to his distances of 1,600
that's fair enough,
and 2,000 metres. I'm trying to show that he's got more speed than I thought he had.
Okay.
Okay, well, since then he's won another Group race over 2,000. Then he's shown he can stretch that speed to 3,200, where he won the Lonsdale Cup, and he won the Doncaster Cup over 3,600 by 5 lengths. So, you know, he's showing that he's fairly versatile, being Group 1 placed over a mile and being able to win over 3,600 metres by, you know, a 5-length margin. So I can see why he's so highly rated in England and maybe deserving of the 58.5 kilos he gets. The problem with, I find, is I don't know if he's so poorly weighted. Let me qualify this by saying All the Good has now had a 2 kilo penalty. He goes from his initial 53 kilos to 55 kilos.
But that's not his biggest problem.
Only 3.5 kilos below Septimus, and when you have a look at their English form, you can't compare the two. Septimus is clearly the better horse in England.
He doesn't just have to beat All the Good though, that's his problem.
I understand. And I'm trying to draw a comparison between Septimus and Mad Rush. And I've had a look at Mad Rush's form, and I see that although being very consistent and very good, as you said, 8 starts he hadn't missed a place until the Caulfield Cup, where he's run 4th. But none of his form was in group quality.
No, it wasn't.
Like, not in the type of fields that Septimus
racing.
They were running in totally different grade of horse.
That's right.
So Septimus has to be respected for that point of view. And Honolulu, which is the one I did like, I've noticed that when he did race Yates that he was gapped. When he raced Geordieland, he was beaten 5 lengths when running 4th to Geordieland, whereas when Septimus raced against Geordieland, he beat Geordieland by 5 lengths. So we have We have on one hand Honolulu being beaten 5 lengths by Joy to Land. On the other hand, we have Septimus beating Joy to Land by 5. Once again, I have to now start respecting Septimus for that point of view.
Can I just say,
On their form in England, I couldn't back the other two to beat Septimus. However, I will qualify all this by saying these two have climatised to Australian racing, and they have proven that in Australia that they're going to race well. That's why I'm giving a lot of respect to the other Australian racehorses.
Very valid, Arvo, but I do think it's also equally valid to go through the last 10, 15 years of horses that have come from overseas, and quite often the best performed horse from there has not been the horse that's performed best in Australia.
We all agree.
And if form works, this one beat this one by 5 lengths, and that one beat that one by 5 lengths, well, then that one.
I know. I understand what you're saying, but I'm just trying to point out in England, if these horses contested a race in England, Septimus would be odds on, and he would probably beat these horses comfortably.
Yeah, the big X factor, mate, is it's a 2-mile handicap
in Australia under our conditions. I agree.
Race at a fast pace,
kilos.
and he's going to be made to carry that 58 every inch of the way.
He probably, on his England form, he probably deserves that.
He does deserve it,
because he did also run second in the Coronation Cup at Group 1 level.
He definitely
over 2400.
No, he definitely.
He's a nice horse. He really is a nice horse.
I reckon Efficient will beat him. Mate.
I think he will too.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the weights and I'm saying, gee, he only gets half off him. Efficient's a much less performed horse than Septimus is, but I think Efficient will beat him.
I agree. I think he will too.
I think he'll beat him.
Well, all I was trying to say is that you have to give the horse respect. At first, I just wrote him off because I saw the way he raced, and I thought, oh, we've just got another Yates here.
It's not just the way he
raced. He's a 4,000.
The main thing's the weights, though.
Yeah, I'm not so worried about the weight so much, only because.
Right, fine for me the last horse to carry 58.5 and win the Melbourne Cup.
It don't matter. It don't matter. The real
Of
point
course it
is,
matters.
we agreed that this year's Cup is light of other years. Our Australian horses will not be competing outside Efficient.
It's not the Australians he's got to beat, Arvo. It's not the Australians he's got to beat, he's got to beat Mad Rush.
He's got to beat Mad Rush, I understand that.
And
And the point I'm only trying to make is in England, he would beat Mad Rush. Whether he can do it here under Australian conditions may be a different factor.
Okay, so what are you saying? You're tipping Septimus?
I'm just saying he needs to be respected, and if he does win,
that's
I will
rubbish.
not be
That's
surprised.
rubbish. No, that's rubbish. Respect is rubbish. What's he going to do? What is he? Is he
I
top
think
3? Will he win the race?
I think he'll be right in the finish.
So you think he can win?
I think he can win, certainly.
Okay.
I won't discount him. I
Is
will
he
not
well
discount
found,
him.
or are you ready to step in at $4.50?
No. I'm not saying I'll take the full 50. We're not talking about price. We're talking about
that's
whether
just
he
another
can
question.
win.
Just another question. Following on from that. What do you think about?
Okay, let me qualify that question by saying, had this been run at Epsom or any at Cara, he'd be even money, not $4.50.
It's not. It's run at Flemington. And it'll be running a much faster pace.
I think on the day you're going to get $6 anyway.
Have we got a top 3, boys? Have we just, I mean, it's still early, but I'm just keen.
It is early.
Have we got a top 3?
At this point, my top pick would be Mad Rush. I've got him on top. I'm scared of Profound Beauty. I am scared of him. And I'd probably say Nom de Jour would be my third pick.
Arvo?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Mad Rush also because of the 53.5 kilos, and also because he's got really strong form. Although I pointed out some deficiencies in. I know that was on Lulu, but in Mad Rush, didn't he have form around? Was it Marla?
Yeah.
And he ran third in the cup last year, so needs to be respected. 53.5 kilos. What a way! He's waited to win 53.5. He's proven under our conditions now. He's going to improve off his first run. So yeah, Mad Rush for me. And I'm going to make it. I'm going to stick with Nom de Jour. And if I want to give 4 across the line, I'm going to go Septimus and Efficient. They're my first 4.
I put Efficient in for 4.
Okay. Look, I'm not going to buck the trend here. Drill foil, we've always been found before. That's what they always say in racing.
In Texas.
And an import who's had a run here and proven successful here, shown that they've acclimatised, gets in with a lightweight, can stay the distance, is a huge chance in a Melbourne Cup. And that horse is Mad Rush. I've got him dead heating. I still can't put Nom de Jour at second just yet. I've still got him dead heating. So I'll, for argument's sake, we'll throw him in as the second horse, Nom de Jour. But I'm very much on his tail for that for the race. And look, in the placings, I certainly like Honolulu. I think Aidan O'Brien is in too good form around the world to not do something in this race. I think Honolulu is one of his horses to do something. and you know you can throw in Profound Beauty there to run a nice race for fourth. But take your point, boys, about efficient. I'm just staying away from him because of the weight, but I've got him down as beating Septimus home.
He's a high quality stayer. He's proven in our conditions. He's being set for one race.
Set for one race alone.
He will run a big race.
And he's buys a bill.
Exactly.
Enough said.
Enough said.
I think that's we've covered a lot there, haven't we?
That's it.
Thanks, guys.